40 business people and Greater Cincinnati USA Chamber of Commerce officials will visit our nation's capital this week, asking the region's congressional delegation for help on 3 issues. Those issues are immigration reform, transportation, specifically federal funding for the Brent Spence Bridge, and government regulations. In this morning's Business Insight, the Cincinnati USA Partnership is also preparing for its 2013 report to the community this week. This Thursday, June 27th, 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the Westin Hotel, Denise Ferguson, Senior Vice President and Executive Director of the Cincinnati USA Partnership, will provide guests with a detailed report. She'll look at the past, current, and future projections on the region's job retention, business attraction, and economic development, and other key insights into the Cincinnati region's economic development. We're fortunate to have Denise Ferguson with us this morning for a preview, joining Business Courier editor Rob Dahlmeyer in the studio. Rob and Denise.
Brian, thanks. Denise, thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
Thursday's a big day, obviously.
Yes.
You've made some format changes. Tell me a little bit about what's going to be different this year.
Yes. For many years we've had an annual report and we invited investors. So it was a nice intimate setting of people that support us and talk about results. Our results this year are actually really fantastic. But what we'd like to do is engage a much broader segment of the community and bring a lot of folks in to talk about some of the infrastructural changes and things that we're doing really to make Cincinnati more competitive and drive greater prosperity.
So what are you going to talk about? What are we going to see on Thursday?
You'll see quite a bit. We will have a keynote speaker with us from IBM, Stanley Littau. Stanley is the VP of Corporate Citizenship and Affairs. He's also the president of the IBM Foundation. IBM is doing some wonderful things across the world with regions and cities to drive greater growth. And we're following suit with a lot of those things. So we'll hear some global examples that I hope will be good fodder for people to think about, and then talk about some things that we're doing here in Cincinnati to do the same type of results.
So the report, you have a bigger report. We looked at it a couple minutes ago, the black and white version.
Yes.
What are some of the things that we're going to see in there? Some of the highlights maybe that you really want to tease people with, that give us a better idea of where Cincinnati stands.
Sure. What you'll see is with our results in terms of new jobs and new company development, you'll see all sorts of significant increases. So in new jobs, I think we're looking at about 150% increase in new jobs, very strong increases, over 300% in capital investment from 2011 to 12. So some very strong results. What's really important about this event is to bring in a broader swath of people. We've seen great change in Cincinnati in the last few years, and now is really the time, in our opinion, for all of us really to lean in and drive Cincinnati to where it needs to be. We're not quite there yet, and that involves a lot of good work from a lot of people. So a lot of thought leadership, hopefully catalyzing a lot of people to engage in what we're doing.
So talk about some of the groups that are actually in the report, and these are groups that we write about a lot with Centrifuge and the Brandery. How important are those groups, not only to you guys, obviously, but to the city, and why is it important for you to play them up as big as you do?
Absolutely. So the key thing is really that cliche at some level word called ecosystem. We have incredible strength in branding, excuse me. So when you look at a full ecosystem of the Brandery, Cincy-Tech, Centrifuge, and then the partnership, where we come in is really with some of the bigger companies and helping them grow strategically. You need all of that to be strong, and we're very focused on the brand hub and bringing in growth from all over the globe, as you'll see in some of our results, to drive that cluster and use branding to drive success across all of our industries. So you'll actually see a panel of all of those entities at this event speaking about how we collaborate together, and you'll hear from some companies that have gone through all of that support and been profoundly more successful because of it.
So you got to town how many months ago?
Not quite 2 years ago.
Yeah, right. So what has been the biggest surprise since you got to town? You knew what you're getting into, but you never really know what you're getting into. Really, what has surprised you the most? What is it about Cincinnati that you said, wow, just didn't know that?
What's interesting is that there's so much of that, that, what I did know coming in, and part of the reason that I came was I thought that, Cincinnati punched below its weight in terms of global perception and certainly vibrancy of the city based on results. So that's what I came here to help do. Yeah. What has been most surprising, I think, is how quickly and efficiently people respond to our message. And that's about the arts, that's about the downtown and the $2 billion in and redevelopment. It's all fabulous, and people are attracted to it across the globe.
Well, good luck Thursday. You've certainly had a big impact since you've been here, and really looking forward to what we see. Thanks for being here.
Much.